What is sex?
Sex, it's a byproduct of lovemaking. It's been conceived and created by the system to diminish the power of lovemaking. So now everybody thinks that when they have sex they are making love. Sometimes it is like that, like so, if the two people are wonderfully loving themselves. But in most of the cases, it's not love. It's not love making. It's sex. The idea of sex is based mostly on a way to perceive our sexual energy by externalizing it rather than internalizing. So I've been induced by different programs to believe that certain shapes and forms and certain aspect of someone are sexy. Basically, they trigger in me sexual desire. And therefore, my aim is to end up having sex with this person. So I am driving my sexual energy based on exteriorizations, based on external factors. I think the external factor is important, of course, but it shouldn't be the only reason or the major reason why we get into a sexual interaction. Love making is a deep connection first with ourselves and then with the reflection of ourselves, which is our lover. A lover is just a reflection of ourselves. So we can make love only when we love ourselves. There is no other way around. I mean, you cannot make love without loving yourself. When you make love and you don't love yourself, what it remains there is sex. And so you are having a wonderful sexual experience. Sex is fun, it's great, it gives you great pleasure. But is not even close to what lovemaking creates. It's more like entertainment. But we are so being programmed with this sex activity, which most of us are almost like obsessed with this sex. In fact, it proves that it's an externalization the immense amount of success that the industries of appearances are having in this planet. Cosmetics, surgical operations, fancy dressing, fancy manipulation of our appearance so that we can feel sexy. It's wonderful that it's called makeup, because you are literally making it up. So you're basically creating an illusion in order to attract and manifest a sexual affair. Lovemaking is the opposite, is be completely naked, open and vulnerable, and love yourself to the point that you don't need to alter yourself, manipulate, camouflage yourself in order to attract your potential sexual partner. You have so much strength in your love that all the makeups are not needed anymore. And then you will have the chance to attract a partner that really loves you for who you are. Because how can he loves you for who you are if you're constantly making it up? He cannot see you. He constantly see different making up version of you, and so he cannot see you, so he cannot really love you. And this is not just for the woman, also men make up a lot. They make up in many ways, by following all the directions of the system that tells you, and now the man has to be like this, has to dress like that, has to act like this. And so it's all a fascinating world, this world of sex, that sponsor a fantasy, because fundamentally we are afraid of being completely ourselves and reveal ourselves for what we are. We cannot allow that because we are desperate for being liked. And most of all for being liked sexually, because that gives us a boost of self-assurance that we are doing okay. But that journey takes us to not self-internal exploration, so we don't never know what we really want, what we really are, because we are so busy with being caught up in the infinite amount of mechanism of how to deceive ourselves and others so that we can be in a sexual union. So it's inevitably eventually lead us to depression and to all kind of addictions. And sex often is an addiction, because the ego feel a strong sense of self when he conquers someone else, for example, when he feel appreciated sexually, physically, and that's nice. It's nice to feel sexy and feel beautiful, as long that you are not confused by it as if it is who you are, because you are much more than that. It doesn't stop there.
I guess it's also not really fulfilling, so you want even more and more and more every time.
Yeah, it's a form of entertainment. It's an entertainment that what is a distraction. We distract ourselves for as long as the entertainment lasts, and then we go back exactly where we were before. And we have to continue Nothing has been added. Nothing expansion has not been created. But we can take a rest. Sometimes it's nice to say, okay, I'm going to spend a little bit of time entertaining myself, so I can rest for a moment. However, when you need to rest, it means you are not happy with what you are doing. Because if you are happy with what you are doing, you don't need to stop it. Right? Yeah. So it's sex it's beautiful, and his life, the whole world is an orgasmic creation, but only when is motivated by a connection that it goes deeper than the appearances. Or maybe it can start with an appearance, but then you need to go deeper than that. It can be a trigger, you know, you feel attraction, you see somebody beautiful, attraction, but after that you need to go deeper. You need to go, that's just a little initiating ceremony, and then you know, you interesting enough, I think you can be, because we are all very seductive, we try to seduce the other people. I think the most empowering way to seduce other people is to fully be who you are, rather than create all these tricks in order to appear seductive. To me, there is nothing more seductive than a woman that is fully a woman and fully is like, wow. You know, it can even.
What does that mean?
Huh?
What does it mean when you say fully a woman?
Fully 100% present in every moment, fully yourself, not fully transparent. You're not hiding. You are. Your love for yourself is so strong that you do not need to hide anymore. You don't need to hide behind anything. Then you can still put the lipsticks or make yourself beautiful, but that is not motivated by fear, by the fear of revealing how you are. It's just a joy that you are, and paradoxically most of the time when you are at that level, you don't even need to do that anymore. You don't need to camouflage yourself anymore. You don't need to make it up anymore. You're just, you know that you're beautiful, and you know that your beauty doesn't match the standards of the society, because the standards of the society are not organic. Now you love yourself, therefore you are organic. And then, therefore, you will repel any other situation that is not organic. They will not come to you because they will fear you, because they are too scared to be organic. And you will start to attract other organic people. And that's when you have a chance to be a lover rather than be a sexual seducer. So this is all based on fear. The mechanism of manipulation, self-manipulation, in order to be appear likable and appear sexy, is a cover-up for fear. Because fundamentally I'm afraid that you might not like me, and I need you. I need you to like me, otherwise I'm lost. If you don't like me, it means something is wrong with me. So we are giving completely the power, our happiness, to somebody else, to an external situation. That's a very dangerous place to be. And that's where most of us get caught up, and And that's why sometimes we build family on that. We build a long relationship. We make children out of that construct. It's very dangerous, and it inevitably leads to a lot of drama, a lot of pain. So, but it is important, and sometimes is just a necessary passage. Sometimes we need to have a lot of sex before we start to conceive the idea of being lovers.